Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Thursday, February 5, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, SpeedNet only released 1 year of audited financials to BTL. Former BTL employees say company has paid $20 million in legal fees. And former BTL engineer weighs in on projected gains from SpeedNet acquisition. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment, available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
President, His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali, my friend, welcome to Belize. Your visit, the first state visit by a president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, is history-making.
Belize and Guyana share many things in common. Culture, common history. Both of us want to learn from the past, and both of us want to share what knowledge we have with each other to the shared prosperity, friendship, and warmth of our two countries. I believe that this is just the beginning of a deeper relationship.
From the moment of our arrival, my delegation and I have felt not only the warmth, but the easy familiarity of a Caribbean family welcoming one of its own. I am deeply honored to have been invited on a state visit to this magnificent country, an expression of the highest respect between sovereign nations, and a moment to reaffirm the bonds that connect our peoples, our institutions, and our shared aspirations.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry has reported that even after its meeting with Belize Telemedia Limited on January 28 regarding the proposed acquisition of SpeedNet, its concerns remain unaddressed. The Chamber in a statement Thursday said it considers that the information presented at the meeting was insufficient to allay its original concerns or justify a shift in its positions. It adds that the proposed transaction, quotes, raises serious policy, legal, and economic risks for Belize, end quote. The Chamber is calling for complete transparency and full disclosure of the transaction, an independent valuation by a firm with no ties to Belize or a stake in the outcome, extensive meaningful public consultation, and the enactment of consumer-focused competition and merger control laws before any acquisition takes place. Additionally, the Chamber says that for a transaction of this magnitude, the public must be convinced there is no political interference, as this would erode trust in the regulator, the industry, and the broader business climate. On Wednesday, the report was that the directors of the Social Security Board were expected to make a decision on BTL's intended buyout of SpeedNet. However, we confirmed with SSB CEO Jerome Palma that the matter was never on the agenda, as they are still conducting their due diligence. Our reports are that the SSB still considers that it needs more information to make its decision. Today, former BTL engineer and unionist Emily Turner said they have learned that SpeedNet has only presented 1 year of audited financials to BTL, when at least 3 years would be standard practice.
We also did our research and we got our advice about, how are these acquisitions done? And remember I told you we have experience in some of this. And the standard for an acquisition of this magnitude, there is an example that happened in Trinidad where TSCT acquired Massive Communications and they had to do public consultations. They had to hire a third party to do the due diligence, and right here next door, like Trinidad and Tobago did, and they did normal. The standard is 3 years of audited financials and the current year of accounts, so that you can interrogate things like receivables. So, like one of the things is, like if you say a receivable, let's say you say a receivable in their books, you may think that the receivable is collectible, but after you investigate and interrogate, if that debt is owed, you can't collect it. So that's the reason you need 3 years, because the 3 years will tell you how is it that they have been collecting, how have their customers been churning, how have they been collecting the money that their customers is owing you. So we can't go with 1 year, and BTL can't expect that we will accept 1 year. I think that's the reason we need to send them back, because if all they can present 1 year, we don't even want to see that. That is crazy. We can't do that. This is not a special transaction. This is done frequently around the world, and they need to follow best practices. You see those press releases they send out with the best practices that they want to do. They need to start with the best practice of that for that acquisition and follow best practice when they're doing it with the due diligence, proper due diligence.
And don't think about buying.
An estimated 175 former employees of Belize Telemedia Limited are still seeking severance from the company following the landmark Caribbean Court of Justice ruling in November 2025 that pension cannot subsume severance. About 24 affected individuals turned up in front of BTL's headquarters of St. Thomas Street in Belize City today as they continued their protest action seeking payment. One of their spokespersons, Emily Turner, revealed that they have learned that BTL has paid at least $20 million in legal fees, defending their position not to pay.
Well, we were informed that it is $20 million. So now imagine when the chairman gave his number, he said $14 million to settle the people, and that's the people are eligible, so the people under six years. So you paid more for legal fees than you paid for the people that you want to settle with. We think the number will be more because they have to honor everybody else. But that's crazy. One of the letters we wrote them is make we go embarrass ourselves again. We're gonna fight again through the courts, make we embarrass ourselves.
And they will
the company we own is fighting its own people that own them. Really? But yes, it is very sad. It's an exorbitant amount, $20 million. You know what we could do with that? We could do a lot with that in education.
I heard 23. I heard 23. So I heard 3 million more. 20.
Turner pointed out that Belize Telemedia Limited stopped paying severance 31 years ago when the company was a monopoly.
BTL stopped paying severance in 1994. And so when we look at when the judgment came out, it is 2025. It's 31 years that they have been violating this labor law of ours, where a severance is supposed to be paid to people that work in companies in Belize.
When it was a monopoly?
Yes, when it was all combined and made into a monopoly, which is then takes us to the conversation about creating monopolies, this is what was done, and they could have made that decision that severance would be taken out and the employees would then be compensated only with pensions. And I do want to highlight that why then is you get a pension, but you don't. But then we stop getting a severance, and what the CCJ said is that our pensions are set up that they are contribution. Every person that you see here contributed at least 3% of their salary for all the years that they worked. And so BTL was matching that contribution. So when they left, they got both those contributions. At the time, 3% with the salaries that they were making was not a lot. It's not a lot. The pension has gotten better because we were an organized group that always negotiated to increase the pension. But a lot of these people did not have that benefit of having pensions that were contributory of like 8%, I think that it is today. But the severance, what the CCJ is saying is that while you set up this pension, you have to account for severance. You have to have a separate amount that only the company will put aside for employees when they leave, because this severance payment is considered a social justice clause in our laws of belief.
BTL is expected to respond to the group on Friday after consulting several attorneys. The union was to protest BTL on Tuesday and Wednesday as well, but they received a cancel order on Monday notifying them that they would be unable to protest for the next 2 days.
They canceled, they denied us this freedom that we have to protest, right? They denied it for Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's why you didn't see us out here. And so what they did in pharmacy is that they gave us Thursday, and they said, well, if we wanted Friday, we can apply. Well, we applied again on Tuesday, giving them 48 hours that is required by the law. Yesterday, they informed us that is also denied. They're denying that from us as well. So we have yesterday, we appealed it to the Commissioner of Police, because we are saying you cannot take away this right from us. You have to tell us why. I understand that they may be stretched in, but these are the laws, and we have the right to protest. So we have appealed to him. They made contact that they acknowledge it. And so we right now are waiting to hear what will be the results of that appeal. But we are very disappointed that they would deny that from us, because that's our right. And as you guys have seen, this is a very peaceful protest. Nobody is running in there. The police are even falling asleep because it's not a big group. We're not a big group. We are an older group of people, and we just want to make this known. We have to make this known, because look, if we didn't do this, a lot of these people would be suffering in silence while these type of companies are raped, they're abused, and big people like Michael Ashcroft, they start coming back to get money from companies like BTL.
Emily said that, and I would like to say this. Both governments take BTL like a whore, and I'll use that word, a whore. All they do, they come in, they rape poor BTL, hand it over to the guys there who are out for hustling, whether it be the boys or Ashcroft. The next party gets in and they does the same thing. So all they're doing is pulling on the titty of BTL instead of paying it to the employees who have worked so hard. Ashcroft don't get so much million, 600 and something. He wants more. He came back now. Both governments do the same thing. Come on, get it right. Get it right. Pay the employees.
Meanwhile, Turner agrees with the Public Utilities Commission that the law does not prescribe a procedure setting out timelines and the like for a share purchase agreement, which is what is currently on the table regarding BTL and SpeedNet. However, she believes that they can create the mechanisms to allow for public consultation. This, she said, would be in keeping with the spirit of the Telecommunications Act, which was written to protect consumers.
They're trying to look for technicalities instead of, look, this is not about technicalities. This is about whether this is a sound investment, or acquiring these shares from Smart, a sound investment for our hardworking money that we contribute to the social security. We believe it's not. We believe it's not, because Smart is not a company that we can prepare for the future. They talk about duplicated infrastructure that we want to move from here and take it out into the villages, but that infrastructure can probably not even be moved. You know how expensive it is to build a tower, to move a tower? That's not going to be cheap. We don't even know if those towers are even, you could bring down all of that equipment and reconstruct it somewhere. And there are parts of a tower that you have to just redo, like the base. One of the engineers told me that they don't even think that some of those towers are even reconstructible when they bring it down. They can only be used for landfill. So you understand what we set up with Selfa? So now back to the PUC. They're trying to use technicalities because they want to confuse us. But I understand the Telecommunications Act was written to protect the consumer. So the PUC needs to stop playing games. I know that they are appointed there politically, but these laws are there and they're supposed to administer it. They shouldn't be trying to help this deal with technicalities. Then you're talking about bringing out SIs. Why do we need an SI? We have a law. We have a telecommunication law that was done so that we can protect consumers, and they should administer it in such a way that it protects us.
When we asked Turner if she accepts the PUC's classification that the acquisition would not turn BTL into a full monopoly, she again said they are relying on technicalities.
They're trying to say that the monopoly, so again, technicalities, games, will confuse people, right? But we're not going to get confused. BTL and Smart compete on mobile network, right? And so they're saying, but BTL there's going to be competition in fiber, in content, so there's still going to be competition. But the majority of the customers are on mobile, right? And that's where a lot of us will get impacted. A lot of people prefer the BTL Diginet service because it's fiber. But that mobile is where they will be creating the monopoly. And that is where, when you have a player like this, he gets to control everything.
In one final story from our interview with former BTL engineer Emily Turner, she put into perspective what the acquisition of SpeedNet could mean for Belize Telemedia Limited. She was responding to our question regarding the figures released by the PUP Northern Caucus on the acquisition. After a presentation from BTL, they stated that revenues are projected to increase from approximately $167 million to $207 million annually, and that dividend per share is projected to increase by 216.67%.
So they're trying to sell this story that currently BTL makes $165 million, and when they acquire per year, sir, correct. I know that BTL hasn't met that target as yet. Last year it was 150. So 165. That's a forecast. So let's talk about a difference between forecast and actuals, right? So the forecasted amount for BTL for this year is 165. We have never seen BTL make those profits, but I believe they're on the way to make it. They're saying they expect that all Smart revenues will be lifted and BTL will take it exactly the same way. But there is a question. If I have the two services because I duplicate, because I want redundancy from one, what do I mean by that? I will have two phones, a Smart and a BTL, because when I go to this particular area, I only have Smart, and then BTL has a stronger service in Orange Result. But when they merge, after that 1 year, when they merge the network and it becomes a BTL network, I will get rid of one. What will be the sense of having two of them? And the business community, this is my message to them. They are now using Smart as a redundancy. So they have to keep both. So like, for example, a media house, they need to have both. They need to have both of them. But when you have one provider, you will take out that redundancy because we're redundant. You can't redundant with the same thing. So there's not going to be a exact amount of revenues that Smart does today will go into BTL. That will go away. So I don't understand what they're calculating. I really don't. And again, these are forecasts. Said all of these things about 26%, and it's on a forecast. Those are not actuals. What we are doing when we find out that this not happen? What we are possibly do when this thing does not happen? By then we have already gone into this thing, deep down in it.
After the break, U.S. tourist dies while snorkeling in Ho Chan. Stay with us.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'll help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
There are reports that a U.S. national has died while on a snorkeling trip in Hol Chan off the coast of Ambergris Key. The tourist has been identified as 77-year-old Kenneth Paul Jaros of Omaha, Nebraska. According to reports, Jaros entered the sea as part of a tour group. He was later found floating in the area, face down and unresponsive. His body was retrieved and he was confirmed dead. A post-mortem awaits. Following the report that certain employees in the BPO sector have been involved in credit card fraud, many have questioned what security exists for local international card holders. On Wednesday, Mike Mena, the senior manager in the business and retail department at Atlantic Bank, shared more on what security features are in place to prevent the unauthorized use of cards.
At our bank, we have our e-commerce platforms, right? And it's these links that you can put in credit cards, and it's a two-prong authorization approach. So it's within seconds, right? I swipe my card or I input my information, I would probably get a text or an email saying that the transaction being used on your card, do you accept it or not? And then also based on your account activity, that's why when we provide cards or we apply for a card, we try to ask as best as we can, how often you're going to use the card, where are you going to be using it? Are you going to be traveling to Guatemala or to the States? Just to have an idea and put in the system, because convenience is important, but also the activity value behind it. And I think more and more customers are becoming more aware of, okay, before they didn't want to sensitive information, like why you need to know this and that. It's just for protection purposes. You will note too as well, certain transactions above $100 or so, cards and machines are now asking for a PIN number. And that's another validation, right? You have to input your PIN number when you swipe your card for certain amounts. Merchants are urged, and it's part of their contract, to ask for ID when they see something suspicious. Like if I'm going and I'm using a card and it's in a female's name or a girl's name, then you should know that's not Mike's card. Little things like that you can work along so that you can be able to protect yourself as well,
Was charged in August 2025 with unlawful possession of forest produce under the Belize Forest Act. She pleaded guilty to the offense and was fined $2,000. The department reminds the public that it is illegal to possess any wildlife or wildlife parts, such as teeth, skins, feathers, nests, eggs, or any wildlife derivatives, and that the fines can be up to $10,000. The department added that there are no permits which would authorize such possession under any circumstances. If anyone would like to report illegal activity pertaining to wildlife, the hotline is 610-1524. Atlantic Bank customers in recent months have been complaining about having issues with their cards being read by ATMs. The bank has recently begun to rectify the issue by replacing their cards with sturdier ones. Mike Mena, the senior manager in the business and retail department, said that both debit and credit cards will eventually be replaced.
So back in October of last year of 2025, the bank upgraded its card, its actual plastic. We found a better company that gave us this card. So we have started to roll out the new cards. So as our debit cards expire every 3 years, these are being changed as we go forward. Our ATM cards and our credit cards are also being part of this new plastic technology that we have purchased. And so now we wouldn't have problems with the insert in and out. It used to flake a lot and it gets stuck within the card reader system and shuts down the ATM.
After the break, horse dies in Belize City after alleged abuse. And Dara to raffle brand new motorcycle at 22nd Bob Marley Festival and Tribute. Stay tuned.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
We all know the importance of running water and proper drainage in your home. That's why we rely on a fully functional plumbing system. At Benny's, we have all the plumbing supplies and accessories you need. Our pipes, fittings, valves, and adapters are made from durable quality materials. Remember to wash your hands with clean running water from your faucet. We have kitchen and bathroom faucets in various styles and finishes. Whether for installation or maintenance, make sure to use recommended PVC cleaner, solvent, and Teflon tape to fix or prevent leaks. We also have the tools to get the job done. For all your residential, commercial, or industrial plumbing needs, shop at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Honorable John Briseno, Prime Minister, thank you very much for the opportunity to have served as a commander of one of our armed forces in Belize. It gives me great pleasure and honor to have served in this capacity as a commandant of an elite organization, the members of the Belize Coast Guard. Thank you for your dedication to duty. Thank you for giving the Coast Guard and Belize your utmost best. Thank you for being an exemplary force to this country.
Admiral Bennett, you have led with dedication and unwavering commitment to Belize's safety and security. On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your leadership. Admiral Soberanes, you assume command with our confidence, support, and expectations that you will lead the Coast Guard to even greater excellence.
As I assume command of the Belize Coast Guard, I stand before you acutely aware of the magnitude of this responsibility, and I'm deeply humbled by the trust placed in me to lead our nation's maritime guardians. The Belize Coast Guard exists for one fundamental purpose: to safeguard our nation's maritime domain. This is not an abstract concept. It is a sacred trust given to us by the government and people of Belize.
Walk, are you ready? It's the annual Bob Marley Tribute 2026 OW edition, brought to you by Charitable Roots Foundation and powered by Vibes Alive International. Join Join us at the Esports Center in Orange Walk on Saturday, February 7, 2026. Gates open at 6 p.m. Come for the vibes and stay for the food, drinks, prizes, and giveaways all night long. Musical niceness by primetime DJs and selectors, including Reggae Dutch of Reggae Sundays, Father Jesse of International Vibes, David Stone of 5-Star International, Marcus Park of System 1, and DJ Mix of Vibes Alive International. Event is hosted by Empress Mel C, guest MC Selector G, special on-stage guest Dara Robinson. Vendors, sponsors, and volunteers, contact any member of Charitable Roots Foundation for more info. This OW edition of the Bob Marley Tribute is brought to you by
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Police were called to an area of Holy Emmanuel Street in Belize City since before 9 a.m. today after reports that a horse was in urgent need of medical attention. Officers did not arrive on the scene until after 11 a.m. The allegation is that the horse was abused by a group of boys, leaving the horse with exposed skin along the back. The horse later collapsed and eventually died. Police spoke with several young men in the area and left. This is not the first case of horse abuse in Belize City and is considered an issue that authorities struggle to address. Residents have noted that when similar incidents are reported, different authorities often direct themselves elsewhere, saying it does not fall under their responsibility. On Sunday, February 8, Joel Dara Robinson will be raffling a brand new motorcycle that's been completely decked out in Rastafarian colors. Tickets are $10 each and can be purchased directly from Dara at 623-3662. The raffle is being held in conjunction with the 22nd annual tribute to Bob Marley. The event is set to kick off at 11 a.m. at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot in Belize City. Robinson shared more details of the event.
Well, the people and put it as one of the biggest events. You know, for me, that's an important event and my biggest fundraising, of course, with the pay tribute to the great Bob Marley. But only difference this year, different venue, and we name this one Bob Marley Festival and Tribute. Why we say that? Because we are start by 11. We have food out there, similar to how they do the Punta tour up there. All of this happened at the Belize Airport Authority, behind Marian Jones, right in front of Tropicana, in the city. 11 till 4 you could come. We are not charging music and they play DJs and they jam. But 4 o'clock we're charging a fee of $20 at the gate and $15 in advance. What we do, we have tickets out at the venue till 4 for 15. After 4 o'clock, you can be 26, 23, 36 to forget tickets, and also for rent chairs and table. We'll have all of that out there, but the actual concert will start 4 and we go on until. Now we have one big thing. Before I even say the big thing, we have some of the most name brand DJs. Yeah. We have the cycle out there from the morning, tickets on itself in the morning. And this cycle here, the $10 per chance, it comes with 1 year insurance, 1 year license, one brand new helmet, and one full tank of gas. I hope the person will win it there right out there so we could catch the excitement. But that right now, the sparks, they show more, and people we look forward to the vibes heavy out there when I go. I already ask that people come out with good behavior, the police work with it, and make the event successful and be safe.
Here now is an invite from some of the DJs who will be part of the lineup.
My good people, DJ Biggs here to let you know it's all about February 8th, the 22nd annual Bob Marley tribute going down at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot. Make sure you come out, come and have a good time, come and support Dara, the whole movement. It's going to be nice. All my reggae lovers calling you all out. Come out.
Remember this weekend it's all about Dara's Cyber 22nd annual tribute to Robert Nelson Marley. Come out. All the reggae lovers, it's a family affair. all the big names in the reggae industry. DJs like myself, Sonny G, the Mad Rocker, DJ Dollar, Fire Starter, Reggae Dutch, DJ Biggs, Dixie, Smalls, also J-Cast. So come out, support it all, backed up by Hypersong.
Yo, it's the boy DJ Dollar here endorsing the 22nd annual tribute to Bob Marley. I'm going to be there juggling some tunes along with other selectors. It's going to be nice atmosphere, nice vibes, family-oriented type of vibes, nice food, nice drinks, nice people, nice music. Come out.
Yo. It's a boy Fire Jar representing Ras and Jar Fire Starter song, letting you know that February 8th is all about tribute to Bob Marley. You don't know. Fire Starter clocking on a one day.
Yo, what's good? You're surely Mr. Smalls from Exclusive, and I invited everybody out this Sunday, February 8th, inside the Belize Airport Authority parking lot. It's all about 22nd annual Bob Marley tribute. Whole heap of selectors, whole heap of vibes. You don't know, big giveaway of a scooter to a lucky person. So somebody walking in, skanking, and you're driving out on a brand new scooter.
DJ Dixie at the place that inviting out this Sunday at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot. It's the 22nd annual tribute to Bob Marley. So make it a date, make sure you get your ticket, enough food, enough selector. This Sunday.
During a special ceremony on the campus of St. Ignatius High School in Santa Elena, Cayo, Wednesday, 2 students were recognized as the top performers in the STEM Studies program and were each awarded scholarships courtesy the STEM U Foundation. The students, who are welding and non-destructive testing (NDT) students, will visit North Carolina for an educational field trip in March. Principal Janine Neal spoke about what the scholarship entails and about the characters of the 2 students who were selected.
At St. Ignatius High School, we have a promotion and probation committee chair, Mrs. Yolanda Banner. So she would sit and look at academics and anything that has to do with the progress of scholarships, gifts, and things of this sort. So STEM U Foundation USA team, along with Mrs. Banner, the vice principal, and other members of that committee, had the privilege and the honor of finding out before the principal who those 2 students are. And those 2 students are Miriani Canto and Bettina Myers, 2 Fort Farmers. So they topped the other 12 students that are doing welding and NDT. And they looked at, the criteria then looked at academics, performance, service, fundraisers, sports, I should say discipline in every aspect of their student life. Respect for each other, their peers, respect for parents, the school community, and so forth. The scholarship entails accommodation, their flights to and from Belize, and of course food and so forth. They will be leaving on March 9th to the 19th of March this year. So visa, I understand, have been provided since they were already getting ready. So there's a delegation going of about 8 to 9 students from St. Ignatius High School engaged in welding and NDT for an educational field trip. So
we now hear from the scholarship winners, Bettina Myers and Miriani Canto, who spoke about how it felt learning that they had been chosen.
I feel super happy because I think I never made going. I can't afford it, but then when they call my name up, I'm so happy. I cry. Respect and discipline comes a long way. Always work hard for what you want.
Felt excited and nervous at the same time. What was going through my mind when they mentioned my name was the days that we spent on the welding lab and how I improved my welds by time and the teamwork that we spent doing. I want to tell my parents thank you for being with me in my hard days and on my good days, and I want to say thank you to my brothers as well because they play a special part in my family. And for my parents, I also want to add how I am grateful for their words and their guidance that they give me.
In an earlier interview, Principal Neal revealed at Creme News XTV that 8 students will go on the field trip instead of the usual 2. She said the parents of the other students committed to finding funds for their children to also attend.
We've signed an MOU with STEMU Foundation USA. The director is Mr. Jaros Mitchell and his team. Right now we have, they have added Mrs. Flora Usher to their team because there's STEMU Foundation Belize now. So they're registered and all that now in Belize too. So there's Belize and USA. And apparently we have about the seven female students going and only 1 male student. So that's quite interesting. Welding and NVT. They're from the STEM studies class. And the other parents decided, you know what, Miss Neal and teachers, even if my daughter, I can recall 2 fathers saying this in that meeting, even if my daughter is not the top, I am going to find the money. My daughter wants to be an engineer. And guess what? I need to provide, protect, and pray. And that's my responsibility as a father. I will find the money and accommodation, etc., for my daughter to go. This was how it started in that meeting. And all the other parents decided, you know what? I will send my child too. I want to send my child with that delegation. I know the top 2 go every year with a manager and a teacher to the US, but guess what? I want to join. I will find it. And quite interestingly, only 1 male student going. All right. So at the end of the day, it's a small class of about 12 of them. But again, 7 female going, 1 male going, and I'm quite excited.
In more police news, police have charged 27-year-old Benyati Brandon in connection with the fatal shooting of 21-year-old Paul Smith Jr. According to reports, the men are cousins. Brandon was charged with murder and attempted murder. The incident occurred in Lademacracia, Belize District, on Tuesday when Smith and 24-year-old Tyrese Allen came under gunfire while they were walking on a street in the village. Smith succumbed to his injuries while Allen was treated and released. A Belizean fisherman, 24-year-old Kyle Cadle, has been charged with keeping a firearm and ammunition without a gun license. On Monday morning before 10, police were conducting a motorcycle patrol in Riverside Street in Belize City and came across Cadle riding a bicycle. He fled into a yard upon seeing the police. Officers reported seeing him throw an object near the fence. Police searched the area and found a black firearm with a magazine of 8 rounds of 9mm ammunition. And the police have arrested and charged a mother and daughter duo, 47-year-old Cheryl Charlene Garbett and 18-year-old Kyla Cheryl Bahadur, with possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. The charges from a police-executed search warrant on Tuesday at the residence of Garbett in Punta Gorda, Toledo. Police found a plastic bag containing 100 small foil-wrapped parcels of crack cocaine, collectively weighing 15.5 grams. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.